విద్యా రంగంలోనే అగ్రగామిగా నిలిచిన విద్యా సంస్థ మాంటిసోరీ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం స్కూల్స్. ఫోన్ 227115 మరియు 277022.
Hello and welcome to 10th class mathematics. Now our video number 8. Previous you have done exercise 1.3. Now continue exercise 1.2. Last we were completed first question. Now we are start with second question. What is the second question is given without division. Without division. Say without division state terminating or not terminating. Terminating or non terminating. Or non-terminating. Without division. Previous question what you have done? You have done the long division method. Then after you have to clarify which is the terminating, which is the non-terminating. It will take more time because of it is very difficult to do the simplification also. So but here there is no do the simplification. Just simply we can solve by using the one process is there. What is the process is there? For example here one question is given, like example 16/125. 16/125. Whatever the numerator there is no problem, but you should only observe the denominator. You observe the denominator only. What the denominator is given here 125. The 125 you take the LCM. So 5 times 25, fill again 5 times, then 5 is left, 5 times 1. That means you have to write 16, how to write 5, and there is no other factors. So what it is called terminating. How to say the terminating? The denominator we have to write in the factor of 2 power m into 5 power n. How to write? The denominator you should be write the factors of 2 power m into 5 power n. Not necessary you write both 2 and 5. Only you have to write 2, only you have to write 5, and both how you write 2 and 5 factors. For example, you see here 5 is there, but 2 is not there. But we have to convert 2. How to write 2 power 0? We know very well the value of 2 power 0 is 1. That means you write simply with the power of 5 factors or 2 factors or combination of the 2 and 5. These 3 cases you should be say it is the terminating. If denominator we write other factors, like we come to the 5 with 3 factors and otherwise 7 factors. Like such cases you say that is the non-terminating. Again once designed, whenever the denominator is given in a fraction, you first of all you find the LCM. The LCM they are having the factors 2 factors only or 5 factors only or otherwise both 2 and 5 factors. In such cases is always is called the terminating. Along with other factors, then you say that it is the non-terminating. Like one more question you see here, second question, one more question you see here, one more question here then. For example here, you write here, for example 7/40. Here one question is there. Which question is given here? 7/40. You take the LCM of 40, 2 20s, 2 10s, 2 5s and 5 1s. First of all, one fraction is given. The denominator you should be observed. Whatever the numerator, there is no problem. The denominator we have to find the factors by using the time factorization method. Then the denominator how to write 2 how many times are there? 3 times. And 5 how many times are there? 1 time. That means whenever the denominator you have to write 2 factors and along with 5 factors, or only 2 factors, or only 5 factors. In such 3 cases is always called terminating. That means this fraction is terminating or non-terminating? Yes, it is a terminating. It is a terminating decimal. Sir, we are saying the first question is terminating and second question is also terminating. Sir, you say the one question for example for non-terminating. Yes, I will give you one example for non-terminating. See here. Here one question is there. 41 by 75. 41 by 75. This question is there. So, which is denominator here? 75. You find the factors of 75. You start with 5. How many times you will come here? 5 with 15 times. 15 5 75. You take again 5. You will come here 3. Again 3 with 1. That means the 75 how to write? 3 into 5 square. 3 into 5 square. Here 5 is there, but along with 5, which are you are getting here? 3. That means never you will get other factors. Only 2 factors, only 5 factors, or both 2 and 5 together. But other any factor along with 5 and 2, so always it is called non-terminating. This is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. So this fraction is called non-terminating, which is called non-terminating. So we have to identify which is terminating and which is not terminating. So this is the process. Whichever fraction, whatever fraction they will give, first you observe the denominator, you find the factors, you write it. What are the factors in the denominator? Only 2 factors, only 5 factors, or combination of the 2 and 5. In such cases is always is called terminating, and otherwise which is called non-terminating. For example, here one question is there. 11 by 12. 11 by 12. 11 by 12. So what is the denominator is given here? 12. You find the LCM of 12. 2, 6, 2. Which you will get here? 3, 3, 1. How to write? 11, 2 square into 3 power 1. But 2 is there. But you need 5. But here 3 is there. So this is the complement. Here also this is the complement. Which is the complement? So here 5 along with 3. But here 2 along with 3. So 3 is not requirement. Requirement is 5. So this fraction is called non-terminating. This fraction is called non-terminating. This is the percent. Okay? Are you understanding? Again, once again, the fractions are the 3 types of the fractions are there. One is the terminating, and that is the non-terminating. 2 types are there. One is the repeated, and that is the non-repeated. So that is the long division method. Without division, how to get classify? Whenever one fraction is given, the fraction should be observe the denominator. Find the factors. So you write the factors here. Here 3 1 in 5 square. But here need 2, but here 3 is there. So it is called non-terminating. Here 11 by 12. 2 square, but along you need 5. But here 3 is there. So then it is called non-terminating. Only 2 factors, only 5 factors, and both combination of the 2 and 5 only such is called always terminating decimals. Okay? Now homework for today. Homework for today. Right, everybody. Same. Homework for today. What's the homework for today? Listen here. Without division take terminating or non-terminating. Homework. Without division take terminating or non-terminating. Question number 1. 13 by 3125. Question number 2. 29 by 343. Question number 3. 77 by 210. And question number 4. 129 by 2 square into 5 cube into 3 square. So, and one more other question is also there. 15 by 60. These 5 questions are given for homework. You should be observed. First of all, here see which is the denominator 3125. Find the factors. You will get 2 factors and 5 factors. Then only it is called terminating. Other factors you are getting along with 2 and 5. Such cases it is called always the non-terminating. You don't do the simplification or nothing is there. Only go to the directly denominator, find the factors. The factors you should be observed. Either you will be getting 2 factors or 5 factors, or combination of the 2 and 5. Such cases is always called the terminating. Other factors, for example, you see here 2 square, 5 cube, but 3 square is there. So here which factor is there? Extra 3 factors. So such case it is called non-terminating. Simply, if there is no duty you have LCM, directly they are given. You don't do the LCM. Just simply say the answer. But here you need the LCM because of we are giving the digits. The numbers you should be converted to like that. Then after you say that either it is terminating or non-terminating. Okay, thank you.